it's Hannah with 4-Star Ninja Academy, and I'm going to be doing your walkthrough for your FINA Endurance for the 11U Plus. Obstacle 1, we've got the quad slide. Obstacle 2, double steps.
Obstacle 3 is the cannonballs. Obstacle 4, T-holds, bananas, ring combo.
Obstacle 5, yes, agility. Obstacle 6, we've got Lachey Alley. Clear. Now we've got Obstacle 7, the buttons. Obstacle 8. Obstacle 9. Squirrels. Obstacle 10, we've got the slack line. Obstacle 11, we've got our agility balance mix. And our final obstacle is the warp wall.
Hey everyone, Dustin Jelmstead here, 4-Star Ninja Academy. I'm going to go through the rules for our 11U on up. We will explain the differences on the course for you guys as we get to those obstacles. So this is your endurance course. There's 12 obstacles. Starting off with our first obstacle, we will be starting on this A-frame with a rope in our hand. We are allowed to use that A-frame, this rope, onto this quad step where we are going to then roll that over to our orange pad, making our way to this orange pad, which is our point B of the very first obstacle. So making our way through, no ground, post is loud as you are coming up. On to our second obstacle, which is going to be the devil steps. This is where we will have some minor changes that I'll explain as we go. So the steps, you are allowed to use these orange steps however you desire. So forward, backward, sideways, however you want to get through the devil steps. Making our way through, as you saw Hannah's demonstration, she was demonstrating 13U on up, where 13U on up, we'll have to continue on to our second obstacle. So your devil steps are completed by making contact with this blue ring right here. If you were to make contact with this ring and let's say not make it to the cannonballs, you will get your point for the devil steps, but you will not get a point for the second part of this obstacle, which is the Cannonball Run. 11U will be allowed to dismount. So they'll complete the double steps when they get to this orange pad here. And then this becomes your point A of the second and third obstacle. So this one here, we are making our way through. Rings, cannonballs are allowed, no straps. This orange pad is off limits. We are going to continue on. You will get your point for the cannonballs when you make contact with the T-hold. And then making our way all the way down to that gray pad, which is your point B. And that is how you will get points for both cannonballs and T-holds. If you were to fail the cannonballs, then this transition block is here for you to get up and continue that fourth obstacle, which is the T-holds here. So if you fail the cannonballs, you are allowed this orange pad to get up and continue on to that obstacle. If you make contact, again, if you are coming on and you make contact with these T-holds and you drop, you will get a point for the cannonballs, but not for the T-holds. Making our way over to this pad here, which then we begin our agility obstacle. With our agility obstacle, only the orange tops of these pegs are allowed. No base, no wood foundation of this butcher block, we call it, is not allowed, so just the orange tops. Making our way over to quad steps. You've got our heavy bags and our A-frames. With our A-frames, the bases down here are considered part of the floor. So only the A-frame itself is allowed and the feet are allowed. Making our way over to the slanted orange pad right here. These side pads will have blue X's on them, signifying that they are off limits. It's just this slanted one right here that we are making our way over to that gray pad. This is your point B of the agility. On to our next obstacle, which is Lachey Alley. For our 11U's, it will be at 5 feet, so it'll be 5-foot Lacheys. And then 13U on up, it'll be 6-foot Lacheys. Making our way to the big blue crash pad at the end, which is your point B. So starting here on this orange block is point A. Coming all the way down, you are only allowed the metal Lachey bars. No part of the wood structure is allowed. Coming to the nice, pretty blue crash pad right here. And then we are making our way onto our bungees. This is our next obstacle. So this will be similar to the grip obstacle earlier. This will be two separate obstacles where the dividing factor will be, the starting and stopping point will be the start of the pegs or the green ball on the next part. Bungees, we are allowed just the green straps on the bungees. We're not allowed, obviously, the metal carabiners on the top there. Making our way through. This post is in play, so you're allowed to use this post. Rest your feet on top, grab the structure or the post here, however you want. You will get a point for the bungees when you make contact with that peg or the green ball. This obstacle then is going to be different for 11U's as well as our 13 plus. 11U's will have it as Hannah demonstrated. We will have pegs in every other ball. For 13U on up, there will be no pegs. So it'll be green balls only. So at the 11U, you're allowed to use the pegs and green balls, as Hannah demonstrated. 13U, we will not have the pegs. So when you make contact with that first green ball, you'll get a point for the bungees. If you fail the bungees, you're allowed to use this post to get up and start on that first green ball. That will start this obstacle, allowing you to get through that to our orange pad over to here. And obviously this post, as Hannah demonstrated, is allowed for our dismount. So you can use this post to get over to here. Now on to our next obstacle. We are allowed this green ring right here. So these orange pads, this gray pad is all in play. The red pad on this side of the post is not allowed. So we can bring that ring back if we so choose. If you make contact with this gray pad, that is okay. And we are swinging directly over to those flying squirrels. So using that ring, swinging across, getting onto the squirrels, making our way across through these squirrels to our point B, which is this orange pad right here. Okay. That is the ring and squirrels obstacle onto our slack line. The posts are allowed for safety purposes. We are making our way through the slack line. No hanging grip obstacles are allowed, so you cannot come out and grab these, utilize these to help yourself across that slack line. Coming over to this orange pad.
Oh. Hey, it happens to the best of us.
It sure does. Don't do that. Or do that if you want to. Coming over to this orange pad right here. Anna is losing it.
I'm sorry. It happens to me all the time.
Coming across that slack line to this orange pad. We are not allowed to dismount over to this blue pad from this side. We have to come onto this orange pad and go around this post onto our 11th obstacle, which is our agility balance combo. Starting off with our first ice cube, that is your point A. So you are not allowed to skip all the way over to this white one. You will be required to start on that point A. Coming over through these, over to our floating monkey bar cradle here for our 11 U's. Both floating monkey bar cradles will have pegs in them. For the 13 plus, you will have to remove this peg as you dismount across over to that A-frame and make your way onto the next floating monkey bar. So you will have to place that in. So 11U, you will not have to bring this peg with you. You will be swinging over onto this A-frame, and this peg will be here. All other age groups will have to take that peg with them to utilize this peg and to place it in this cradle to get onto our balance log right here. To this here, we will be running across over to our point B, which is this spray pad right here. From then you go on to your final 12th obstacle, which is going to be...
But wait, I have a question.
Ask away, Hannah.
Can I use my hands and my feet on that A-frame?
Great question. Great question. The only thing that your hands are allowed on are your floating monkey bars. So no hands are allowed on any of the agility obstacles, balance obstacles making your way through. So that means when you dismount off of that cradle, only feet, waist down is allowed on that A-frame. Same thing here. So if we come down to here and we try to catch ourselves with our hands, that would result in a fail. All right. Then our warp wall. We have our 12-foot warp wall. The rings will not be there for you guys, so you don't have to worry about that getting in your way. We will slide those off to the side. And that is our final obstacle. Once you get up on top of that warp wall, that will complete your run for the FINA Endurance. Good luck, everybody. We will see you guys this weekend.
What's the time limit?